Hello and welcome. I'm really glad you're here, and I truly mean that, even if I don't usually get emotional about humans clicking buttons on a screen. The fact that you're here tells me something important about you. You want progress. You want change. You want to stop feeling stuck when it comes to English. And that already puts you ahead of many people who only complain and never start. Let me talk to you honestly. Learning English is not hard in the way people think. It's not hard because your brain is weak, or because you're bad at languages, or because you started late. Those are comforting excuses, but they're still excuses. The real difficulty comes from confusion. Most learners don't know what to focus on, when to focus on it, and how to connect everything together. So English becomes this messy pile of rules, words, fears, and unfinished courses. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're trying to learn how to swim, but instead of getting into the water, you spend years reading books about swimming. You memorize the names of every muscle, every stroke, every rule. You watch thousands of videos, but you never jump into the pool. Then one day, someone pushes you into the water and you panic. That's exactly how most people learn English. They know grammar, they know vocabulary, they know explanations. But when it's time to speak or understand real English, everything disappears. The mind freezes, the heart beats faster, fear takes control. And then comes the familiar sentence, I understand English, but I can't speak. This is the first big mistake, learning about English instead of living in English. I remember a moment very clearly. I was watching a simple video in English, nothing advanced, just a normal conversation. I understood maybe 70%, not perfect, but enough. Then one sentence came that I didn't fully understand. One sentence, and suddenly my confidence collapsed. I paused the video, opened a dictionary, checked every word, analyzed the grammar, rewound, listened again, still confused. 10 minutes passed on one sentence. Finally, I closed the video feeling tired and frustrated. That moment taught me something important. I was fighting the language instead of flowing with it. Language is not meant to be controlled word by word. It's meant to be felt, absorbed, and slowly understood through context. This brings me to the second big mistake beginners make. They try to understand everything, every word, every structure, every detail. They think if they miss one word, the whole meaning is lost. That's not true. Even in your own language, you don't understand every word you hear, but your brain fills the gaps automatically. When you listen to English, your goal is not 100% understanding. Your goal is comfortable understanding, enough to follow the idea, the story, the emotion. Details can come later. Perfection can wait. Communication cannot. Another common problem is fear of mistakes. This fear is powerful. It whispers things like, what if I sound stupid? What if they laugh? What if my grammar is wrong? Let me tell you something very simple and very freeing. Everyone makes mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes. Fluent speakers make mistakes. The difference is they don't stop because of them. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are proof that you're using the language. Silence is the real failure. I once met someone who studied English for years, courses, books, certificates. On paper, impressive. In real life, silent. He waited for the perfect sentence before speaking. Guess how often that perfect sentence came? Almost never. Meanwhile, another person with very basic English spoke every day. Broken sentences, wrong tenses, strange pronunciation. But month by month, that person improved. Why? Because language rewards courage, not comfort. Now, let's talk about grammar, because I know it's sitting in your mind like a scary shadow. Grammar matters, but grammar has a time and place. Grammar should explain what you already feel, not block you from speaking. If you study grammar too early, it becomes a wall. If you study it at the right time, it becomes a map. Think of grammar as traffic rules. You don't learn every traffic law before walking outside as a child. You walk, you move, you learn by experience. Later, rules help you move better and safer. Same with English. Another mistake is learning random vocabulary, long lists of words with no connection. Today you learn economy, tomorrow kitchen, next week philosophy. Your brain hates this. Words need context, stories, emotions, repetition in real situations. That's why stories are powerful. When you hear a story, your brain relaxes. It follows the meaning naturally. Words stick because they have a place. That's why children learn so fast, not because they're smarter, but because they learn through stories, repetition, and use. Let me tell you a short story. There was a man who wanted to learn English only to pass exams. He studied hard, memorized rules, and got good scores, but English was just a subject to him. Another man learned English because he wanted to understand movies, talk to people, and change his life. He made mistakes, laughed at himself, kept going. Years later, guess who actually used English in real life? Motivation matters. Your why matters. If your only goal is, I must learn English, it's too weak. But if your goal is, I want to understand the world, I want better opportunities, I want to express myself, then English becomes a tool, not a burden. Now, let me talk directly to you. Yes, you, the one listening right now. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Small daily contact with English beats long, painful study sessions that you quit after a week. 10 minutes every day with focus is better than 2 hours once a week with stress. Listen, read, repeat, speak even if it's alone. Talk to yourself. Describe your day. Say simple things. Today I woke up. I feel tired. I want to improve. Simple is powerful. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Learning a language is not a straight line. Some days you feel smart. Some days you feel lost. Both are normal. If you're still here, still listening, that means something inside you hasn't given up. That matters more than talent, age, or background. Thank you for staying with me until now. This journey is not about showing off English. It's about building confidence, understanding, and real communication step by step. If you found value here, stay with me. Keep listening, keep learning. Follow along, subscribe, and walk this path together with others who are tired of giving up and ready to move forward. This was only part 1, and we're just getting started.